Let's hit some buttons and go live. And hello, everybody. Greetings. Welcome once more to Fall of Avanswell. Woo! We're kind of on our I'll call it the final arc that we're kind of on here. We've arrived in the city of Eglwin, and we're gonna kind of have everything go here. So we'll see how.
The end of, I feel like we're at the falling action, or conclusion is probably a better way of putting it, rather than final arc, because final arc sounds like we're starting a new little thing, which it's kind of more like the tail end of something we already started. I don't know.
True, I can see that. I can see that. The final scene, maybe it's a better way to say it, because it's not really the final act, it's the final scene, perhaps. This is the culmination.
Final countdown.
Dun. There we go. I got my 3 notes in. Was that 4? I don't know. But I did present a question to the players today to kind of start us out here, warm everybody up as we go to kind of some character intros, and we'll get a little bit more about them. What would be the worst curse you could receive? You know, at this back end where we got some issues to worry about, I felt like it could be a little bit of appropriate here. I was looking through some options for questions we have here, and, you know, see what we got.
It looks like we're back to usual, probably.
There's a good chance of it.
A little more than a 50-50 chance.
Oh!
I don't know why mine was rolling.
But it rolled a 1. So, hey, it looks like we have a Wyrm first for once. I mean,
This is a portent of things to come.
No, I feel like our roll. I feel like our rolls are the worst when we roll in that generic order.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I feel like this means we're going to do slightly better. Now that I'm saying it, though, we're probably not going to. Anyway, I'm Diamond Wyrm, and I play Ixbanor, the awakened animal, Ferret, Sorcerer, Alchemist extraordinaire. Worst curse. So, I mean, there was a time when I was working with a student, and he accidentally cast a spell that made all my hair fall out. And that was and it took several days before someone could figure out the reverse spell, and that honestly was probably the worst curse I've ever had, and I wouldn't want it again.
I've never seen a bald ferret. That sounds horrific.
It does not look good. I've seen pictures.
So, cursed to be eternally bald.
I'm Joe. I play Umbrin Wisespark, the Liminal Fetchling Animist. And I think a worst curse would probably be being turned to stone, but still being able to hear and see everything going on around you.
Ooh.
Yeah, being petrified. Yeah, it does sound bad.
Yeah, that sounds
But
pretty
still
horrific.
being aware of everything.
Yeah,
True.
that does seem kind of like a pretty bad thing. Well, hey, at least you're not petrified right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's future.
No, I could cast it on someone else.
Anyway, you could. We turn it over to you, Jessie, to finish us out then.
Yeah. I'm playing Calder, the human gunslinger. I think the worst curse would probably be either being turned into a were-rat or being set upon by a pack of rats permanently.
I guess he's got a kind of annoyance with rats. I guess is it because of Ixbanor, or is that just something from before?
No, Calder just has an intense fear of rats.
I guess Ixbanor is like
it's
not
a good
rat
thing
enough.
you missed our It's a good thing you missed our other teammate.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, Eskret? Yeah.
He was a ratfolk, Ysoki.
I don't think Calder would have stuck around if Eskret was still in the party. I think that might have been a bit too much for him.
I don't know how much longer Umbrin would have stuck around if Eskret was still in the party.
I know what you're talking about. He was a wonderful man who was only slightly insane.
I don't know. I've looked at I've watched some of those earlier episodes. Slightly insane is not how I would.
Well, no.
describe him.
You don't understand. We worked through the backstory a little bit. He was in prison. The prison was destroyed during a Dread Army attack. It just so happens that somewhere in the prison was a crown. He found it, put it on, and declared himself royalty.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That
Yeah.
was
I
the
knew he
origin
was
of
full
his
crap.
Wait, sorry. I zoned out there. What happened?
prison he was in, destroyed by the Dread Army.
Yep.
In the ruins, while he was escaping from this destroyed prison that he had been a prisoner in, he found a crown, put it on his head,
Yeah.
and he became royalty.
Got it.
Granted,
Ew!
I'm not sure if he was technically would have been like royal beforehand or some important position. It's sort of like he's got some kind of psychosis probably that, like, you know, whatever happened before there doesn't matter. That was his birth as the great royal he was. I liked the character, even though he was batshit insane. But so yeah,
I mean, I was you know, as a person, I was fine with the character. As a character, my character did not.
So, last episode, it was the journey to where you needed to go, which was heading to Eglwin Castle. You along the way managed to contact a being where you think it was in the sun. I guess that's the kind of consensus is you traveled to the sun, talked to something that was the guardian of the actual, like, sun, and got some ideas about what you can do.
Which we're pretty sure was a dragon,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know that.
It's like, maybe they were a dragon, maybe they weren't. Maybe they were just appearing in a form you could understand with your puny minds, as they descended to some form of demigod. Who knows? Yes, you've managed to crash your vehicle into the mountains and head through some pretty dangerous jungles, but you managed to navigate it through the pass to the eastern continent, basically kind of reversing it because you kind of came in the middle of the pass. And you basically got a taste of why you're pretty sure there might have been some people that have already run that way, but you get an idea of why the general populace probably doesn't go that way. It was a tough traveling, and judging that, like, you have average peasantry, you know, they would probably not survive in that area, you know. So, certainly speaking, it doesn't mean that there aren't some people that have already fled there, but yeah, you can't take a lot of other people. You guys could probably flee that direction, go deep into the other continent, but yeah. But you are now on the outskirts of the city of Eglwin. That's where we're kind of coming in and joining our team. As I said before, you kind of emerge from the jungle. Again, it's not that kind of thing where it is a instantaneous leaving of the tree line. It's kind of it kind of thins out a little bit as it heads to these kind of rolling grassland hills that kind of go down slightly in elevation to a slightly lower area where this castle is. And you can see that it's more than just a singular castle. It's a small city around it, all with these heavy stone walls which seem to be surrounding the entire thing. While it is certainly much smaller than anything you have seen before, but you can definitely tell, like, its walls are actually incredibly well built. It is stone walls. This is a fortress. Like, the Birchlings, as much as that was well fortified, those were wooden walls, you know. There's a level of how much those can hold out. Yes, treated, made well, you know, yeah. But these look, just from afar, as like heavy stone walls. It's got battlements. This is a fortification on the edge of the world, almost, you can kind of see. But you can also see that there are, you know, definitely a lot larger than you think it would be. It has a lot of area that's covered over, that it makes it the size of a small city, you know? Again, maybe half to a third the size of the Birchlings, but still a decent sized territory. It seems to have, like, again, from this distance, you can see there seems to be 3 areas. One area where you really don't see any buildings in it. Perhaps that's a newer build, or maybe it's got smaller buildings that you can't see from the walls. One area that seems to be the old part, the center area, which seems to be the old part of the castle, and the other area, the area that's either, you know, like maybe new or has smaller buildings, is to the right from where you're looking. And then to the left, this place that has these massive manor houses that almost sometimes some of them stretch above the walls. Okay, we'll switch to...
Music.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So, you are now a good distance away from the city itself, up on the hill. It stretches in front of you. This is the first time you've seen any of it. There are no entrances on the side that you are on. As far as you can tell, there's not meant to be an entrance here. No one goes this direction, unless you're, like, going off on your own. So, you'd have to approach one of the other walls, or travel around the area itself. As I said, this is kind of a large open area that's, you know, a couple of miles, like, it's kind of stretching out to a couple miles across. There's kind of like a river that comes out of the passageway, coming from behind you, flowing down towards a lake you know about that's a little bit to the north of this area. So that'd be kind of off to your right side. So kind of like the river itself is traveling there. It's a pretty decent-sized kind of river at this point in time, but only maybe about like 15, 20 feet across. Nothing serious, but you can tell it's got a decent flow of water coming in from the more tropical areas of the jungle area. Perhaps with some of the mountain runoff that kind of comes down into that humid area. Plus, also, you were in there. It's got like probably some kind of like primal magic in that entire thing that keeps the area incredibly moist and very tropical, even amongst the valley there. So, you can sort of just cross through the grasslands. You can follow the river kind of around. What do you want to do? You've now see the city in sight.
I guess we probably want to try to aim to try to find the main, like, an entrance in, not just a wall.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that at least there would be a entrance to the east side, and you're on the west side. Whether there's one on the north or south sides, you don't know. Granted, because you don't know a lot about this place in general, you just, you know...
Yeah.
So, you just kind of walk up to the walls and walk around. Do you want to give it a wide berth? Do you want to, like, follow the river for a while to get kind of a view of what's going on and then kind of, like, clip in? You could go to the south side also. That's just kind of an open field area with some hills. Up to you which direction you want to go.
I mean, I think we probably want to give it a bit of a berth so they don't just think that, you know, someone might be attacking our walls.
I mean,
Yeah, probably.
more like they think we're spies. I don't think they think we're attacking, but...
Well, you know what but, you know, there's enemies at our walls, you know?
Yeah. You don't want to necessarily, like, sneak up on the one side and all.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, up to you guys if you want to go, which side you want to go around to get to the gate, because there could be an opening on it, you know, the north or south. But I mean, we'll see that if whichever side we go to.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you, the north wing is, or I call it like the north wing, is a little larger than the south wing, so it would take you a little longer to head to the north, but it's a little flatter land in that area. South side a little bit more hilly, but that, like, the area with the large manor houses, you can see it's not as big as the area where maybe there's buildings in there, you don't know.
Well, I would think, you know, manor houses probably wouldn't be as close to an entrance as the other. You know, you normally don't enter a city and you're in the rich side.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I might go to the manor house. That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Towards the manor house side of things.
Okay. Yeah, it's not actually going to the manor houses. It's
Yeah.
Seeing if there's an entrance there, basically.
Yeah.
Do you want me to climb in and see if there isn't a, get the lay of the land while you guys walk around, maybe?
I mean, I also could send out Shadow.
Yes.
That way we're not separating and, like, someone sees you climbing over a wall and tries to attack you or something.
Sure.
I'm a ferret.
You're a ferret in clothing.
That can. I can change that very quickly.
I'm just saying, maybe it's not a good idea to be separated. We don't want the reverse of what happened in the last city, and you're arrested. I don't think it's worth risking someone when the bat could just fly around the outside and
I was
Get an
thinking I
aerial
could try and
view.
find some of our friends. I'm worried. Well, okay, fine. We'll wait. We'll go around and see how the gate is, and then when it's probably closed, then we can. Then I can climb.
Okay.
Or we might be able to like wave a guard and be like, "Hey, we seek entrance,"
hmm
and possibly talk our way in.
Yeah.
I will send Shadow out ahead to
Okay.
try to see if he can find any other openings.
All right. I'm guessing you're not gonna focus on his senses because you're gonna start walking around.
No, because then I can't walk.
Yeah. So you're just gonna have him kind of scout things out and maybe return to you at some point in time.
Yeah.
And then are you heading south around it or north around it? I mean, I just want to know in case.
Which one had the river?
The river actually goes to the south of this. No, I'm sorry, the north of this. So you go to the north side to go around there.
Okay,
Probably the north, right? I think following the river would probably be smart.
I agree.
Okay.
So you kind of like head out a little bit from the entire area and head to the north side of things. Kind of moving around, kind of getting a
And we're
good sight of it. It's
Starting-
definitely
And we're starting on the east or the west? I forgot.
you are starting on the west
East.
side.
Oh, west.
Oh, sorry, east side. You're right.
Going
Sorry,
to the-
you're
yeah, no,
east,
yeah,
looking
you
at-
said
yeah.
Yeah.
I got myself confused there for a second. Sorry. Yes, you are
The
on
gates of the west.
gates on the west as far as you know. So yeah,
At least we think.
you would assume from the information you have, especially because the main road's probably coming in from there. Again, there could be another place where it would go to, but certainly speaking, you can tell that most likely the center area is the oldest part. So if there's a gate, it's probably going to be on the west side, unless they, closed off a gate that was on the south or north to one of these other newer areas and made a new main gate. But you can kind of see that it looks as though the north side, you do not see another entrance as you're kind of going around it. It just seems that the wall, again, is there. There's like guard towers in each of the corners. There's a lot less towers on this section. While the main section you saw some guard towers there that were stretching up pretty high. You saw some signs of mannerism. This area here, definitely you can see on each of the corners there is a tower, but there isn't seemingly normally you'd at least have one or two kind of in the middle of the wall in various places, especially one that's this decently long. They don't have it here.
Yeah.
Eventually you'll be able to kind of eke your way around to where you can kind of see on the eastern side, and indeed you can see the main road coming in from far off to the west of you, kind of coming in to a main gate that seems to be open with you can actually kind of get a view of a bunch of what looks to be some refugees actually at the door trying to get in. These don't seem like the big group of refugees you would think about. This is a couple dozen people,
Yeah.
So this is on the west side?
Yes.
East side or west side, yeah.
I'm trying to get it right because the directions you have are not how my maps are aligned. So that's why I'm trying to I gotta get right in my brain. Sorry. Yep. Sorry.
I guess we'll
Brain alignment.
start approaching that way.
You can kind of curve down and approach. Let me switch over here. Just activate that there.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
There we go. Some castle gates. This is technically Absalom, but it was a nice castle gate image I found online that really looks appropriate.
Come on, we reload.
So there you go. All right. As I said, there seems to be a couple dozen people that seem to be negotiating, get inside. There seems to be a small group of guards that are kind of watching, and you can actually see up on the walls there's a number of guards too. This area here, you can see there's like basically 4 main towers, a couple of them which are kind of at the corners of the 2 side areas, and then a couple of towers that kind of flank into this like kind of center area here, where you can see that these walls definitely like have a different construction. They were built in a different age, you know. You can see the basically separation between the 2 sets of walls that they haven't at least had time to like, you know, meld together the perfect masonry together very well, you know. Again, you know, if this construction's within a couple of decades, you know, it's probably not going to be like, you know, looking very well kind of thing, you know, like between the 2 of them. And so yeah,
one looks obviously older than the other.
yes. And the same can kind of be said for the other area, but it's kind of hard to tell how old these 2 areas are. But you definitely, as you're approaching the gate, can feel that this is a much older structure than it is. Granted, probably not as ancient as a lot of Avanswell was, but certainly there. You can kind of see that this kind of cart with this kind of donkey kind of being let in, with this kind of like a couple of families huddling in the back where this man that had been negotiating in there. You can kind of see they're let in with the gates, as they will actually like lift up a portcullis to kind of let them in. You can see that there is a main portcullis and 2 sets of large doors, an outer one and an inner one, that both seem to open up in the opposite directions. Basically like it's a 3-door seal almost there, it looks like. And they are heavy built doors. Like these are very heavy built doors, like you would see in a much larger city. Again,
Okay, actually, I'm curious. Okay, so they did let the people in. I thought they were like holding people back.
well, they're taking time, and it looks like looking over people and checking them and stuff. And like as you can kind of look as they're coming into this area, you can actually see they're breaking like that wagon comes in. And a bunch of guards then start breaking down. They take away the donkey, and the other people, like, looks like they have to get their stuff out and are being taken somewhere in the city, while their wagon is being basically taken off to like some kind of use. So they're not like just letting you into the city at this point in time. It looks like they're like doing stuff with these people, processing them almost.
Could I make a perception check?
Then
to see
I
if
will
can
not
overhear
cast
anything?
invisibility. I misunderstood.
What did you want to make a perception check for? What?
To overhear anything, like.
Sure. You're kind of approaching. You're probably coming from up where like the river was, so it looks like you're kind of like maybe we're traveling around the river from up towards the lake almost. You're not sure how the wall people were noticing you, but like you can definitely see that as you're approaching the back of this line where there's like maybe 2 groups in front of you. The guard who's processing people along with like 4 other guards seem to be noticing you. You can see these like asking like where they came from. You know, do you have any family here? Do you know of anybody here? Kind of, it just seems to be standard questions that they're kind of asking.
Okay.
It seems to be kind of like an entire thing that they're just kind of getting information from them, and basically, after a while, they'll be like, "We can send you to the camps. Follow inside. You seem fine. Apologies. We'll just have to put you in with some of the other families." Next, they'll process another group, and then finally it'll be your turn. You seem to be the last group here, though you'll see a couple of small groups. The second time the door opens, you'll see 2 groups of 4 people will kind of like head out, kind of giving like hats to the guards. These don't look like soldiers. They look like, well, woods people, or like, you know, they remind you a lot of, well, mercenary groups that you started as. And they are moving basically west, out towards the area beyond. As you can kind of see, probably about a couple miles off, there is a forest that kind of the road goes through. You're not sure how big that forest is, but it, like, you know, certainly speaking, the forest over here would block line of sight for anything getting close. It's not as close as it was for the Birchlings by far, but yeah. So it does seem like these groups of individuals are heading out that way. The way that the people are coming from, or at least the road comes from. Finally, it will be your turn. Forward. Welcome. Where do you come from?
Wait, so were those people sent away, or were they just passing by?
They seem to be heading out. Like they
Okay.
they gave
They're
like
mercenaries like we were. Like they might be trying to find.
Got it.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean, like it's the thing is, you remember what you did. I'm trying to say, like, you get the feeling that maybe these are mercenaries that are going out to see if they can honestly scout. More than likely, you know, they don't have a lot of manpower to send scouting out to see when the Dread Army is getting close. So they're having small mercenary bands of probably volunteers, like you were, to go out and kind of keep an eye out so, like, they can get initial warning.
Yeah, I just got a little confused. So first, I thought the guards just walked away.
No. I said small groups of, like,
Yeah.
woodsman-looking people, you know,
Yeah.
walk through.
No, I get that now.
Yeah. So, the guard dressed in pretty simple armor. He's kind of got a kind of breastplate and some leathers underneath it. You can kind of see he's got like a bow on his back and like a sword at his side. He actually looks like a pretty well-trained soldier, kind of like that, you know, here at the Borderlands. And they all have this kind of like blazing crest of this kind of like twisted eagle with one claw kind of like grasping at what looks to be the skull of some kind of creature, and the other one grasping at a sword. With this, like, you know, kind of blazing golden eagle on its chest. Which is a different kind of regalia than, of course, would be for the Wardlands here that they're in. Most likely the personal crest of the Eglwin family. Where'd you come from?
We'll let one of the more talkative people
Yeah, no,
talk.
give me a.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Avanswell.
He'll kind of like take like a step back, kind of like shake his head. Okay. You speak for the rest of them?
Yes.
All right then. Know anybody in the castle? Got any family here? Possible friends that live
Friend.
here?
Give me a second. I need to look back at notes.
I'm trying to remember.
Do we?
I'm trying to remember the name of the elf.
Oh, wait, the minstrel or the woman?
Either.
Shit, because I don't.
Um,
I'm trying so hard to remember their name.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a chance before I could, because I do have the answer, but I can give you a chance to try.
Well, Delilah is his wife. I found that.
What was the guy's name? I don't know. I spent the whole conversation like just being pissed off at his presence.
Prince Loserin.
Okay.
Loserin.
Okay.
We are friends of Prince Loserin.
Friend is a strong.
He'll kind of like put his hand up, it kind of on his chin, and be like, and kind of like think for a second. It's like, I can see that. Look, I'm sorry, but like, the prince is in quarters currently. He's being settled in. I don't know if I can necessarily let you in just because you're friends with Elven royalty. Fortunately, their sway doesn't say a lot here. Granted, I could send you into the camps if that's what you need, but if you're looking for elsewhere in the city, I would need special request. And that he's nearly a guest of the city. Castle.
Didn't one of the dwarves also have relatives here?
Yeah, but we're talking about dwarves. I feel like dwarves will not be the same thing.
Yeah, probably. And I don't think we're aware of any.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not aware of us. See, that's the thing. If they went to, like, ask Lotherin about us, he would
They'd be like, "Who?"
Yeah.
The
He's
dwarves,
gonna-
however, were...
You mean those goobers I saw at a party one time?
Look,
well,
you do look like you could handle yourselves. I might be able to get you in with some more volunteers. I know you're just arriving here, but word is that be any kind of day soon that the Dread Army could catch up.
look, I know that Prince Lotherin may not be the best, but we are... I think he'd be quite upset if we weren't allowed in.
Again, I
Would he?
can't do anything about it.
I mean, if you're looking for volunteers, you know, we're skilled laborers.
Look, I understand understand that you can't do anything about it, but perhaps there is something you can do for us, at the very least. I'm going to flash a gold coin. Kind of like...
I don't think that's gonna work.
He's gonna give you this kind of like squinting look and is like, look, sir, I understand everything's intense. That really doesn't mean anything right now. If we're all gonna die.
How many civilians are around us right now?
No civilians currently. You are
How many guards?
There are 4 guards here. The two
We don't wanna
the two
start a
gates
fight.
are open up, but the portcullis is down, and you can see that the 2 like guard towers over the door, like on either side of the door, do seem to have people in it. They're more like, not necessarily watching you. They're kind of like keeping an eye out on the distance, kind of patrolling.
Around, like,
Yeah.
you know, if someone shouts like, "Hey, we're being attacked," they'll be like, "Oh, okay, let me do this."
Yeah. There are plenty of soldiers around, and certainly the 4 out here, you might be like,
I'm gonna speak up and say we do have information about the Dread Army and a possible way to save our people.
He's gonna kind of like give a sneering look, and like he doesn't seem like he's completely believing you, but he's like,
We do have... Alright, at this point, has trying to save this for the prince, who is the one who sent us on this mission, but we do have some important artifacts that might be able to help.
artifacts.
Yes, protective artifacts.
Oh, where would you have gotten protective artifact? Oh, elven magics. Okay, so basically, you're saying the prince sent you on a mission to collect some kind of ancient elven artifact that may add protective magic to help us fend off the Dread Army? Am I picking up on this, is what you're saying to me?
Close enough.
The other guards,
really can't
like,
say
you
more.
can see, like, one of them's, like, kind of... 2 of them have kind of, like, very pleasant look, and the other one's kind of, like, snickering at you. Like, the one's not taking you serious. 2 of them are, like, questioning, and this guy, he's probably a little bit more on board, but he's definitely still, like, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be possible to have a meeting with your captain?
Possibly arrange it. Look,
If you need
Commander
us to go to the
Malik
camps with-
might be able to meet with you. He's very busy with everything that's going on, especially, but normally he would meet with those that are volunteers to help out in the scouting. So I could
we can
arrange
volunteer if that makes a difference.
Yeah, that makes
But
it easier on
the
you.
information we have.
Well, if
is
you're volunteering, we need you to head right back out there and, let us know when the Dread Army's coming. That's the point of the volunteers. If you're ready to head out right away, we don't know how long we've got. The Battle of the
What we
Bridge
have is
probably is only delaying by
Fine,
so
we
Get
long.
inside.
The Battle of Bell Bridge
But
is
some-
just...
At the very, can you at least send someone to go get in contact with Lutheran? Lotharian? My brain is not. With the prince?
I guess we can find someone that might be able to contact him. I don't know if he's going to say anything about it. We can send you... We can send you to the main grounds. Maybe you can wait there for a little bit. He's going to kind of like look around. Like, it does look like you're the last bit of refugees coming in, at least today. Maybe the last bit ever. All right. I'll go with you. He's going to look to his other 3 and he says, you guys watch the gate as someone else comes. It looks like he's going to, like, grab a couple of items that look like maybe for, like, various things for checking people in and stuff like that and give them out to, like, probably his, like, second in command for this little group here as they'll open up the portcullis and lead you into the castle proper. Kind of closing things behind you after that, where the 3 will kind of move into the portcullis kind of inside the door. You can kind of see to your left as you enter seems to be some kind of inn, actually. But you can hear that it's filled to the brim with people, probably probably filled with already people staying there and drinking and stuff like that. To the right here, as you enter the door, seems to be where they took the donkey. It seems to be some kind of stables with a small retinue of animals and stuff here, as he will begin to lead you through the city itself proper. It won't be, this is not like a huge city, and this area seems to be kind of like an older area with a number of like smaller shops and homes and stuff like that feels a lot more quaint. This feels more like a border city of some kind, a small border town or city, something that has like a fortified castle as part of it. A fortified region that probably has dealt with attacks and stuff that has to have most of its, non-farming citistry in the walls. He's basically going to take you over to the area where the manor houses are, actually, and kind of leads you over in that area of the city. I want to actually switch off the music here as we go here, because you're around. And we want to do one. No, I don't want to do that one. I'll do that one? Yeah, it's not quite 60 fit now. Sorry. I like that one. There we go. Sorry. Anyway, leading you into that area. Sorry, I'm going to take a drink before we go. He's going to lead you kind of through the area, and you can see these are manor houses, and some of them are there seems to be dozens of them in here, and these are buildings that are exuberant. They are covered in architecture and stuff that scream wealth, and you can kind of see as you're entering in this area, there's this kind of open area kind of in the center of here where you can see there are actually a bunch of like very fine tents set up, and like it looks like a large area where it looks as though actually there is a bunch of wealthy individuals who perhaps haven't found proper people to maybe stay with in here that are also seemingly refugees that are staying in like, they'd be like, the kind of tents that you'd have for like, traveling dignitaries and stuff like this in this kind of large area here, this kind of courtyard, before there is this massive manor in the back of this area that seems to rival some of the largest buildings in here. Perhaps it might be the largest, if not second largest building in this entire area. But it leads you by this area where you can kind of see the guard will kind of like, tip his hat to some other guards as by, as you can kind of see, and you can actually see, you'll actually recognize one person you saw at the party. Now, that's not someone you met at the party, but he stood out, just like from like, this kind of like overweight person from your big party that was there, and he's kind of sitting at the table and like kind of demanding from some cook's bowl, you get him, more meat. Ah, come now. The guards will surely finish off those cretins. I had run all the way over here. It was so terrible. So deadly. I must refresh myself from this terrible journey.
For a second, I thought that was going to be Captain Meaner, but apparently not.
No.
Whether he's here or not, you do not know, at least of now. But you'll be taken to a kind of a fortified area that seems to be off the side here that looks as though it's kind of like, I would say, both kind of like, this was probably an expansion onto this place before, these like side expansions, kind of things like this. So it's like, again, like it stands out as being different architecture. Like it's like different areas were built up at different times, and like they have slightly different like ways of building them, and they never quite got it the same or had the same materials or stuff like that in this area. But they, again, probably were like, depending on how this stone, the quarry the stone, and all these kind of things. Anyway, so there is a kind of training grounds and these like kind of like massive structures that are in this kind of almost smaller castled in area that reminds you of the fortress back in Birchleans, except it's made of stone and slightly smaller. As you remember, back in the Birchleans, there was that kind of like grounds and a couple of buildings in there, and then of course all the various barracks and a small fortress. This doesn't have that kind of fortress building. You're pretty sure like this is connected to the fortress building, which is like the main building, which you've kind of seen the entire time, which seems to like mark the core of the castle, so, core of the fortifications, core of where the Duke is, kind of things like that. And this is connected to it. Certainly seeing, you can see there's a door off of here which seems to lead into the main castle. But you are kind of like instructed to be here. There's no one training right now. These are definitely training grounds. There are a number of buildings in here which probably are related to the various guards that look after this place. Pretty large in size, so it seems like there's a pretty decent amount of troops that are here from this area. But the man that's kind of with you kind of like scratches his head, kind of like, just wait here, I'll let people know you're here to see the commander, and then we can work it out. Hopefully he can show up. If he doesn't show up
Thank you.
soon, we'll figure out something. I don't know. He'll kind of give a sigh and then kind of go out, go talk to some people, and come back to you and kind of like start just standing around. He's just milling around at this point in time, just waiting. Are any of you doing anything, or just gonna also mill about?
So we're taken to like an individual estate, basically.
I would call this like a barracks and training area. This is like you have to think about it like it looks as though probably the main castle section, the main like fortification core of this place, that would have probably been like the first thing built here.
Okay.
Probably still has some barracks, but when they expanded out their troops, they built a new area, and this would be like the expanded, barracks troop area. So it's kind of
Okay,
like
so we're in the main castle, basically, but kind of
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a fourth section, but it's kind of like an add-on to the original section that's also kind of connected to the, manor houses where all the nobles seem to be at. Or people that had money.
Okay. So that makes sense for Locerin to be here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to keep my ears open, see if I can pick up on any conversations. If anyone mentions, what happened to the last city we were in, if they actually did get raised or not.
You could ask the guy who's with you. He's standing there.
Actually, I'll just ask. What's the name of it? My brain is not awake today.
I mean, he didn't give us a name.
No,
he didn't
the
give a name.
name of the city that we.
Oh, Avanswell?
Avanswell.
Avanswell. Oh yeah, that was the main thing. Has there been any word from Avanswell? What's going on there?
Sorry. You haven't heard. Avanswell's fallen.
I was hoping the rumor wasn't true.
No. Apparently they held out as long as they could. King Centrine managed to lead a large portion of the citizenry and his troops out. The river that separates out the east and west. The king, he held the bridge with most of his troops. A good number of people that fled with him managed to survive. I don't think it's as many as you would have liked. Most of them are over in the refugee area. We had been building on a new addition for, people to come in here, but only the walls got up. Now it's filled with tents, thousands of people, as many as we could get in there. But Bell Bridge fell, but it was destroyed in the process. We know that. King Centrine's gone.
Sorry to hear that. At least some people made it here.
Yeah. Whenever we don't think it'll keep them long. Lost the bridge. Might delay for a bit though. Oh, sorry, you were.
How far away is the Dread Army right now? Do we know?
We're not sure if they've crossed the bridge yet. The forest to the west. Well, you'd have passed through that entire thing before you get to the Bell River. Fortunately, they could have. It's not impossible to go around the Bell River, but that might take days or weeks, and it's not a bad time of year for it to be pretty tough to cross. So, I mean, the bridge out, we're hoping it'll take them a long time, but that's why we've been sending out scouts. Keep an eye on things. Told them not to go as far as the river, but at least, see signs of them getting some folks across. Getting into the forest.
Well, we may have, we may still have friends who are in the camps then.
Possibly.
Some of them may have made it.
Yeah. We were all surprised when Thane Rockhammer led a small contingent of troops here with a large group of refugees. It's been hard settling them in. Like you saw earlier, stragglers come here and there. But,
Oh, the Thane made it.
yeah.
That is good news.
Yeah. Thane, apparently is the new one. From what I've heard. He lost his older brother along with the king. The death, they say.
Be mourned, but at least one of them has survived.
I don't know much about Dwarven society or Melvin. I've only lived out here on the Edgelands.
How about Doric, the Thane's brother?
Oh, you mean the Thane?
Orc is
Oh.
the Thane now. That's what he was saying, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood.
His older brother, who was in the church, died, and his father died, so he's the new Thane.
Yeah.
Okay.
He lost his family, and he had been still in the church when you got to Avanswell, and his last remaining brother had been in charge of the dwarfs. But now you've heard that his last remaining brother basically stood the ground alongside the king of the Wardlands to hold out. So you're not even sure if the king has relatives here, honestly, at this point in time. You're not sure if any of his family lines survived.
Okay. So the priest we were with is now the Thane. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you technically now learned you have a friend in high place, kind of.
We have two now, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, click on. Let's go to this one.
That's why I wanted to try to find out some information. Like, hey, maybe some people we know, actually made it.
Mhm.
I mean, I doubt I don't know if we'll find out if. Oh God,
That's
I can't think of his name.
The owl?
No, not the owl. We had
yeah.
he stayed
Jonas?
behind to try to Jonas, yeah.
Mm.
If he survived. But that's going to be harder to find.
Yes.
Just information because, he's kind of was a defunct member of his family.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not royalty. He was working with the owl and kind of being a middleman. So I doubt he's like, if anyone knows, he's probably no one will know if he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, soon after you finish the conversation, a human man with this kind of jet black hair, this kind of very fancy-looking mustache, kind of very hugely built still too, with this kind of black full plate emblazed with the same quest as you saw that before. You can kind of see that he wears an eye patch over one of his eyes with some scarring behind it as he kind of walks up to you and kind of goes, "You are the volunteers that I've heard to join with the scouting group? Commander Gavin Moloch, head of the military here."
Well,
No pleasure.
we
I'll
can
give him a
volunteer.
salute.
We could volunteer, but we do have some pressing business first. We need to speak with Prince Losarin.
What kind of business would you have with an elven prince?
Well, he sent us on a mission to find an artifact which may help, and we have succeeded, but we wish to talk about that with him.
Prince really doesn't have any say here. Perhaps you should speak with the Duke. I could see if I could arrange a meeting with him and his court wizard. If he says indeed a powerful artifact that might be able to help protect us from invasion, I would not stop it.
He may not have say, but he is the one who sent us on this quest, so he should be the first to hear about it.
Well, he doesn't really have say what happens here in the city, is what I'm saying. It doesn't really matter if he hears about it. I can contact him or have someone let him know that we're arranging a meeting and he would be free to show up to whatever meeting you have with the Duke.
Very well.
I think speaking with the Duke it would be
that would be
prudent.
that would be an acceptable compromise.
He's gonna kind of like look you over, kind of like you don't really have a place to stay, do you?
Not currently, but we do know some people who most likely are in with the refugees. We could make do over there for the time being.
Apologies, I really wouldn't want you going over there. As much as I am fond of many of the refugees, he's gonna kind of like look at you as you kind of see, like, you know, he kind of like looks. I would not want you to approach the Duke in a rough state. I'm sure the Duke would be very willing to allow such things, especially in our circumstances, but honestly speaking, it might be also easier to find you if we put you somewhere that wouldn't be mixed in with the refugee camp. The place is a little chaotic right now, if you would understand it.
I completely understand. If possible, we'd like to get word to the Dwarven Thane as well.
In Rockhammer,
Yes.
I can also alert him that you'll be meeting with the Duke. Perhaps you could come, he could meet with you there. As far
That
as I
would be
know, he's
appreciative.
with the his Dwarven contingent and watching over it. His troops have been supplementing Oman currently.
They're brave men.
They are proving capable. Certainly speaking a lot more than those remainers from the capital. As much as they seem to have put up a great fight against the Dread forces. Apologies if I would say it here in your presence, as you seem at least a little bit more, kind of looking you over, as he says this, capable. But, here on the edge of everything, we get into a lot of scrapes a lot more trained. It's the reason that we, managed to drive out the great troll and orc forces from this region. Anyway.
Well,
Private,
will you lead us?
I require you to take
The
them
meeting
somewhere.
will be you said the meeting will be scheduled for tomorrow.
Probably at the earliest. With everything going on, there isn't a lot of free time. The Duke is a very busy man.
Well, if you want us to help in the meantime, we could.
If you were going to help, I would send you out to the field, and I wouldn't expect you to be back for days.
That makes sense. Okay. Then we will
I
not.
can arrange for a stop at the inn. Miss Shepherd is a good friend of mine, and I'm sure she can find a place to squeeze you in, even if it's in with storage. I don't believe she has any spare rooms with everything going on, but maybe we'll get lucky.
We're
Perhaps some
used
of-
to travel. We're used to meager places to rest.
Mm.
Whatever is available would be fine.
He's gonna pull out something from like a small pouch as his thing, and like it's like a piece of parchment, and he's gonna like write some things on it and hand it off to the private. Private Melgan. Make sure they get to the place in time, and I put you in charge of contacting when I need it. And if he doesn't want to get his name, I'll put these in. Private Melgan. And the old good folk that you have just met there is, let's go to it. Commander Gavin Monk.
So Melgan is the one who led us here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Private Melgan.
And I figured asking for the Thane to be able to possibly join is a good idea, since he also knows, kind of what's been going on and what our mission is.
Yes.
So an extra,
He's probably more of an
Someone else-
ally than the prince, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, yeah, let's invite him as well.
Alright. So you'll be taken to back to that inn that you saw when you originally arrived. You can kind of now see that it's the Eagle's Nest Bar and Inn is what the name it goes by as you approach it in the city here. Let me just switch off our music again because I wanted something a little different. I want. I was gonna give a quiet inn, but this is definitely not a quiet inn. Now we can do it quiet. Sure, it still looks good there. All right. This building here definitely seems like it's probably one that has a lot of age to it. You can kind of see that it has a lot of wear, more likely. Again, you can't really tell the exact age of things here, but it is a busy place with patrons and all kinds of stuff. It seems to be a lot of, individuals like yourselves, adventurers, travelers, probably a bunch of the scouts which are going out, probably coming back to rest for a while. A number of soldiers off duty are kind of here all drinking and stuff. A number of people probably from the various houses that live in this area. Food and water and drinks are coming around. You can kind of see there's this woman behind the bar that seems to be the person in charge of this place. She's the silvered-haired woman. She's kind of got a low-cut shirt showing off of her chest, leather pants, emerald green eyes, this scar on one of her cheeks that just adds a little bit to her mysteriousness and beauty, as she's kind of like helping out people there. You can also see that there is this younger girl that seems to be going from this older lady and kind of like handing out drinks and foods from behind the bar, who's this probably teenage girl, young teenage girl with kind of silver hair and emerald eyes that very much so match the woman behind there. While the woman behind there is wearing this kind of like very like kind of brown and green kind of dress or kind of a top with the pant with the top with the pants. She's wearing these kind of like red kind of reddish dress, like a dark red, so it doesn't stand out too much as she's kind of going around. The private will kind of like head over to the woman behind there and hand off the note. She kind of take a kind of look at you, kind of like squint a little bit and being like, put her hand out, kind of, move it for you to come up to the bar and stuff like that. She'll kind of like, basically kind of like shoo a couple of folks around to like somewhere else, kind of moving them around, giving you like a little spot for the four of you to kind of sit down, since it's the four of you, and I mean, like, unfortunately, Ixbanor, you don't have a spot because you're tiny. Sorry, I don't have a chair for a tiny person.
I mean, honestly, every time we've had one of these, I picture myself either standing on a high bar stool or just standing on the bar.
You don't really have a time for your own stool at this point in time, so they're kind of just having you some bar space. Well, welcome. Welcome, travelers. Welcome to the Eagle's Nest. So, I've been asked to find a place for you. So, it's kind of going to be hard. Most of the rooms are taken up. It's for one night. I might be able to get a room temporarily. Clear out some stuff for some individuals who are out in the field, scouting things out. There's a man that went off with a group think I could put his stuff to the side.
That would be fine. We don't need a lot of space.
Yeah. Ellie! Yeah, yes, Mother? I need you to go clear out, room 3. Grab all the stuff there, bring it down. Make a note that, it's, she's gonna, like, kind of, like, look at it, like, kind of like a ledger or something like that. Make a note that it's, for a man named Quillick. Put it in the storage for now, if he's got anything in there. Anyway, now that you're here, what can I get you?
Where have we heard Quillick before? Where have we heard Quillick?
Yeah, that name.
Yeah, that
sounds
name
familiar.
does sound familiar.
Jonas! Wait, it's Jonas! Jonas
Jonas,
Quillick!
yeah, Jonas Quillick. Oh, God.
Oh, I'm so
That's
used
what
to
I
just
was
hearing it as
thinking
Jonas.
right away, and then I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
that-
Yeah, my brain had to, like, connect that too for a second, because he's like, I literally only have his name written as Quillick in one place.
Being dragged off to the padded room. I've seen that name
I-
before.
I think we all just kind of looked knowingly at each other, like, what are the odds? And yes, he made it apparently.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least we know he's safe and alive. I'll just say that out loud.
At least before he left. I'm assuming he's probably helping people, doing scouting.
Yeah, sounds like he went out with a team,
Probably.
like you saw heading out. From what she was saying.
So hopefully he's alive and fine.
Hopefully.
We got some local ale. That's the best thing I can do. Got a little wine left. We're going through most of the stock though pretty quickly. I don't think we'll go through everything that we got over here. Bunch of the rich folks, and they came a couple of months ago, brought a lot of stuff. Apparently they like a lot of good drinks, and some of them like stopping by.
A glass of
Patience.
ale would be nice, and maybe a bowl of stew.
We do got some of that. Hunters are still going out occasionally. They're not going as far as they used to. Guess it's everybody's a little on edge, worried about things. Soldiers are saying that they got a chance. Most of the enemy's been worn down to a small army. We got a little bit of forces here, but I don't know. I'll hold out a little bit of hope, but I word from my dear Ellie as she kind of brings you back like some soups and some ales.
She'll be fine, probably. Got milk? I don't drink.
I can get some
milk.
for you.
Got milk?
Um,
You like jazz?
You'll have to wait for Ellie to come back. I can send her over to the stables. I think I got a couple of cows in there still. Unfortunately, don't have a lot of room for animals, so most things are either kept in there now or have been let loose.
Yeah, that's fair.
We definitely should keep some in the city. I feel like that might be important.
Well,
We can arrange that with the Duke, though.
all right. After a little while, the younger girl Ellie will come back, and Jen will basically like arrange for her to head to the stables and get some fresh milk and come back with it, and they'll get you some milk. She continues to serve patrons as you can enjoy the stew. It's a pretty rough stew. It seems to have some kind of equine, deer, or some other kind of local creature to the grasslands, perhaps, or something. A number of like root vegetables and kind of stuff like there. Probably the kind of things that like a good person that's kind of like looking around can find out in the wilds of this area. Like some kind of like wild carrots and like onions and tubers and stuff like that. So
It's probably a little bit better than what I've been making on the road, just because
Yeah.
I'm improvising constantly. So
Mhm. It does still have a very wild flavor, as it looks as though like they're not necessarily, they're either like working on supplies they have, but like you saw signs of areas that probably there might have been farmland in this area,
But it's
certainly
been cleared.
it's been cleared at this point in time. You know, when you were kind of coming in.
I steal the meat chunks out of Umbrin's stew.
No!
Bastard.
Get your own!
I put Ixbanor in a pillowcase and I slam him against the wall. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, just the pillowcase is probably enough to.
You just start tweaking in a pillowcase.
No, just put him in his own bag of holding.
Oh, you right. Come here.
You kind of enjoy some meals for a while as everything kind of like goes. People come and go. There seems to be only like one other person that you kind of see around. At the far end of the bar, there seems to be this half-orc kind of just drinking over in the one corner, kind of looking a little kind of like probably the local bar guy, you know, the local drunk, most likely, as you're kind of drinking there. A number of individuals kind of like pop in and out here and go. Let's see here. Is there anything particular you're doing, or just going to kind of relax for the day?
Relax, and then I'll
Yeah,
probably
just
just
relax.
inquire if we can get like a basin to clean ourselves in, to freshen up in the morning.
Sure. We can get you a basin. Best source of water is center of town. There's a well and the fountain down. She's gonna kind of point down towards a little farther than you had gone when you passed through here. Like you would take a turn to head in through the area where all the manor houses and stuff. And she's like the old fountain over in front of the Duke's manor.
Thank you.
There's a well next to it too that you can get some water out of. Both come from the same source.
Gotta be
Cool.
honest,
Thank you very
this is carrying water is probably a great use for a bag of holding.
I
True.
also could just, create water.
Yeah, but that spell doesn't create actually that much. It's not like 5e where it's a bunch. It's like 2 gallons.
2
Yeah.
gallons is enough to clean yourself with.
Yeah, if you're, yeah, true. If
I
you're
mean,
conservative
it's not
about
like
it,
it's not like we asked for a bathtub.
Yeah, you just ask for a basin.
Oh, I thought you were asking for a bag.
No, I said a basin, just at least
Yeah.
that we could
like
clean ourselves.
like a wash basin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a wash
that makes
basin, so
sense.
we could, clean the nastier bits of ourselves off. So when we go to see the Duke, we're not reeking.
Mhm.
So now you're kind of sitting here. You got a kind of a view of this place, even with the people. It's like high tables and chairs. The bar actually, as you're kind of sitting here, is actually very well decorated. It has these like wood carvings on it that look to be of like hunters catching game. You got to see like there's a pretty good collection of all kinds of wines behind Jen here too. You'll actually also notice there seems to be a couple of also halflings that are helping out Ellie, so she's not the only one working here, kind of like, giving out stuff here and there. Eventually, like, you will be informed, though, where your room is, just to let you know. You will be informed also, like, she's like, upstairs, there's a couple of places that you might want to check out if you need any of them. There's a small sitting area, a couple books and stuff up there. As guests, you're allowed to use and look at any of those if you want. That's something left over here before I got hold of this place. And there's also a small old divine shrine up there. While we got the church in town here that's left over, again, one of the old owners from back in the day seemed to be religious and maybe served a different god than the one the church does.
I may look at that. Thank you.
Sure. Again, all that's up to you. Just when you get down here in the morning, ask for the basin. We'll be able to provide it. Yeah. And if you need anything else, just let us know.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Yeah, well, don't go too crazy. Moloch's kind of puts the bill on you caught the bill for now. Though he might she'll kind of like give that kind of like a smug look. He might ask for it back. That man's sometimes a little too serious.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
Oh,
fair.
that reminds me.
How much did all of this cost?
Gotta be honest, I've been been a lot of upcharge lately. If I was saying it more seriously, in a more peaceful time, I would say a lot less. But haven't been charging as much. A lot of the people staying here are on the dime of the dukes at this point in time. Basically, kind of like keep things going, keep people fed, keep the guards well drunk when they're not on duty, and happy, and just keep things going.
Just wanted to know what to expect if he tried to foot the bill on us.
Got no idea. If I was running this place seriously, I might be charging 10 gold a night at this point in time. It's one of the few places in town where you're not shoving in with another person. There might be some room. God knows any of those rich folk that moved in, only taking a couple of their friends. Not letting most of the poor folks over in the camps anywhere near them.
True.
Uh-huh.
Shame.
Understood.
Moved in here last couple of years. Seems like they knew something was going on. Well, I shall get back to work.
I will visit the shrine.
Yeah. Basically, it's like you have a couple of floors of rooms. There's 2 floors of rooms above the bar area. On the second floor, you'll find the kind of like small sitting room with like a small like library of books. It seems to be like a variety of books of all kinds of things. Some are more like stories. There's a couple technical books. None of them are particularly crazy, but it's like if you need like some kind of light reading for something, you want to like read like a novel of some kind written by stories, or you want to read up on some kind of thing about like, you know, some plant life that are local to the area, something like that. You know, you could kind of do that. On the second floor, you can find the kind of old shrine, kind of in the same area. The third floor. You can kind of go up there and see that. And, yeah, it's just this little, like, shrine up there. And, while it doesn't seem to have any kind of markings at this point in time, like, you can definitely tell this is, like, old, even by, like, standards here. And whatever things that have marked it as a particular god aren't really left here. But, you kind of get the sense that it was like, you know, probably one of the deities that was probably a little bit more, what's the word I want to use for this? I'm trying to think of the proper descriptive here. I wouldn't say, like, benevolent? Maybe benevolent's the word I want to use.
Oh, I'll say a little prayer at the shrine.
Yeah. Probably like akin to like, you know, one of the ones that would be like a lot more looking after people or something, like family, you know, maybe weather, plants, you know, song, one of those deities. Again, even the markings on it are gone at this point in time.
Right.
But you do get that sense about it too. And it also just, it has like still a little bit of energy to it. It's like one of those things is like, you, with your experience in battle, there's a little blessing to this place still too. It's like, you know, it's not a big aura, but it's kind of that little bit of that, like, you know, hollowed aura still seems to be coming from.
Yeah, that puts me at ease a little bit.
Yeah. Right. You can spend. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let him do his personal, but I have something to do. So.
Oh yeah. What did you want to do then? Yeah.
I was gonna cast Scouting Eye and do some spying.
Okay. Where in the area are you scouting in the city then?
kind of wanted to follow the commander back to the back to the barracks and kind of see him like deliver any message or anything.
Moloch doesn't seem to have like you're just seeing like you're sending it over to the kind of the barracks, the soldier area, to see what he's up to.
Yeah.
He seems to be ordering a bunch of soldiers around. He's kind of just moving around, taking care of some paperwork, kind of all kind of things. He's just doing soldiering stuff.
Yep.
He wanted to make sure he was being true to his word.
Yeah, because like you said, he'd try and set stuff up, so that's always like...
You can't tell if he's done that directly or maybe sent someone or like sent a message. He just seems to be kind of just working right now. He'll be doing that for a while. Then he'll kind of like actually start making rounds around the city. He's going to go to like various areas and check in with the various guards and places. He'll get up on the walls and talk to the various places where there's guards that are watching the walls. You know,
I'm going to be honest. When he leaves the barracks, I would actually switch to see if I can't scry inside the Duke's chamber.
Okay.
See where we're going.
The manor itself is a building that is massive and well aged. You can tell by the two doors that are leading into it that these were probably once the doors to this place. It's like one of those things that's architecturally, this may have been a singular building that was here at one point in time. That this like would have been a fortress onto itself in this territory. That the various walls and the other areas were built on top of it. It is a place that is filled with various things. And let's see here, you would be going in through where?
From the barracks, I assume.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to see where.
I don't know. I just got a weird vibe from everything, so I'm like, I want to check things out.
Yeah, I'm trying to like see.
Just be careful, because you did mention that the Duke has a wizard.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that means he's a nerd, and nerds are easily punched.
But if you're sending a scrying eye around there, the wizard might detect that.
I completely missed that, but anyway.
Yeah, he said he was going to set up a meeting with the Duke and his grand wizard.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's why I was like, that's a bit dangerous to be doing.
Yes. Anyway.
I mean, I just want to see the main chambers, kind of where we're going, and just kind of make sure that things seem up and up.
I mean, like, it is a massive chamber with, like, halls and dining halls and a massive, like, room where probably the Duke would have meetings and stuff like that. It's,
okay.
You could probably get your eye into the main, like, throne room, honestly, where the Duke is up on a throne. He's got, like, a set of guards in the room like that. He seems to be, like, meeting with a number of people and, like, discussing things with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this eye doesn't let me hear, so...
Yeah. Okay. So you're just kind of, like, watching, kind of seeing, just for like 10 minutes, maybe. I just want to like, nothing like crazy. Okay. You can see the Duke himself, which you can record, Duke Eglwin. He seems middle-aged, kind of like a scruff beard, brown-graying hair. His clothes are quite fine, but they also are very simple and kind of practical. A lot of them are very red, or kind of shades of red. And he does seem to be kind of like, kind of staying up to. Occasionally he'll kind of give out, like, you can tell he gives out like kind of a cough, that he has. But other than that, he just seems to be having meetings with the various people and stuff like that. You can definitely see that, like, he has a, though again, like kind of like nearby to his throne, he does have like a very nice looking sword kind of nearby to his side, kind of showing that like he keeps a weapon close to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd move on. And from this point, I'm basically just going to scry around the city. I want to see if I can't find
Sure.
some kind of well, basically I'll be looking for elves. Because,
I mean, like, you can probably
this is more just to
scout
find
elves.
Yeah,
There's
this
probably
is-
like elven
this is-
citizens, but none that like scream, "I'm Elven Guard. I'm with the prince." You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm just trying to find a general area he might be in. I'm not trying to find
Mhm.
him specifically with this, unless I get lucky.
Yeah. So beyond the manor, the things that stand out nearby to where you are there's a number of shops and homes and stuff like that nearby to the area. There's this a blacksmith that's nearby to where you are. That's kind of open air. That seems to have. You can even see that like while you're kind of scouting out a pair of dwarves that seem to be like kind of like at the hammer and anvil and kind of like a little open area nearby to like a shop area that seem to be working hard on some stuff for the city. There's a really nice looking church. It's very old style, and next to it is what looks to be a very old graveyard. You know, like you'd say like 100-year-old graves and stuff like that. Along with a small chamber, which looks to be like one of these, like a small mausoleum kind of thing too in that area. This is kind of outside of where the fountain and the well are that you kind of saw, which are kind of outside the Duke's place. The area where all the refugees are lots and lots and lots and lots of small tents, which probably are big enough for like a family or maybe like 4 or 5 people to squeeze in there, along with some large tents which be like serving various foods and stuff like that too. It seems as though that the area is pretty crammed, filled with lots and lots of people, so it'd be kind of hard to find anybody in particular.
Yeah, that's why I was looking for like, oh, there's a lot of elves in this area, but I guess not.
In that area you can see, it does seem as though a contingent of the dwarven soldiers is in the area up there. They seem to have this own tent of their own, and it seems as though they're kind of acting as like guards or help out for the refugees. So some of these might be soldiers that you kind of met that ended up gathering with the soldiers that were still in Avanswell. Some of them might not be. It's kind of hard to tell because, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's good because I know the guy who was the Thane's helper person.
Mm-hmm. Names.
Thane. Yeah. There's a problem with not having been doing anything with name people. Also, I just remembered that Taka's with us, which probably looks it's probably kind of.
She is just taking in everything at this point in time, I'm going to say. It is a fascinating thing because this is a vastly different culture. She was
Tholen.
Tholen, yes. You
Yeah.
know,
Can I search?
Oh, for Tholen?
Can I search that dwarven contingent for Tholen?
He will not be there, I will say.
Okay.
You probably didn't know all the dwarven soldiers that you had met, and only a few of them survived the fall of the Birchlings. I'll say probably like one you recognize, whether that means Tholen's here, or maybe that's the one guy that came from the Birchlings and then also survived all the way here, or if more of them did, you don't know. You know. But at least one guy made it all the way.
I just figured that this, if I found Tholen, it'd be good to know. You know, that's why I was willing to hover here and look. I mean, I have just invisible scouting eye. I'm just scouting basically from the comfort of my room.
You can go see how Rockhammer's doing.
You will. Well, you don't know where he is what we're saying.
Yeah, I don't know where Tholen or
there is like.
Rockhammer is.
You'll get a sense of like the main like tent that's serving food is actually next to where the dwarves are. And their big like tent setup where like, you know, the soldiers are all in there and like, you know, they seem to be doing the best to like manage the refugees as best as possible, you know, and like, you know, making sure everybody has space and stuff like that. There also are a couple of like buildings in this area, but they're like pretty crude and seem to be for like storage and kind of things like that and materials that are being brought in. But anyway, next to the dwarf.
There's one other thing I'm keeping an eye out for, and that's owls.
Okay. Like the animals?
Yeah, because of the owl.
Give me perception.
Okay.
Fortunately,
very bad.
you won't see any owls at very least.
That is totally fair.
But I was saying, there does seem to be the main food tent is next to the dwarven tent, where you can see that someone that looks to be basically a priestess, a sister of a faith, seems to be in charge of serving food there.
Okay.
So she's definitely dressed in such a way that screams maybe she's taken a vow of celibacy, but you're not 100% sure, you know. She at least dresses that way. Very, very, you know, like primmed up, very sister, you know, kind of thing like that. Which isn't unheard of, but it's very rare even now in these days probably, with the religious circles.
Mm-hmm. But okay. I mean, at this point, you know, I'll probably just continue keeping in it, like looking around, but if I don't find anything else, I don't find anything else, so.
You'll have an idea of most of the stores that are here and most of the buildings that are being used and kind of stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
You will get a sense that though they are currently not finished, you will see a number of elves and dwarves working on some of the buildings nearby to the inn, setting up something there. Maybe setting up places that they can, you know, put their forces out of and stuff like that too. They're like across the street from, kind of like a little bit across the street from you. But again, like the prince isn't there, the thane isn't there, but maybe perhaps, you know, given enough time, that's where they plan to like do business from or something like that at very least. So these do look like more important people, like, you know, from both groups, but they are still just working on setting things up, taking the time.
Okay.
But it seems like, you know, again, with everything going on, they're not getting a lot of time to devote to it. It's like a couple of people like setting some things up with hopes to, like, you know, put it together.
So they're setting up stuff for like the dwarves and elves?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll get the sense is they're trying to build something that would be like buildings that would be a power basis for them. Like they don't have homes or anything right now, and they are technically kings of other governments that don't really exist anymore. But they still have groups and people under them that represent that, nations and stuff like that. So they're basically trying to set up a little bit of power basis by each getting a building. And they'll like kind of give, I want to call it like, you know, bad looks to each other, but they kind of like give like nodding looks to each other of like the dwarves and the elves are like, God, we're put in charge of kind of doing this, you know, slowly but steadily, and like, you know, maybe we could be doing something better, kind of things like that. It's a less rivals and more we understand what your plight is.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay. Anybody else doing anything?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will move us to our break then, actually. Let me stop this one here. I hit the stop button. And I want to do right there too. So, we'll take our break here. As night will fall, evening will come, and you'll wake in the morning for the next day. Snack, drink, bathroom break. Go ahead and take them as we've reached Eglwin and we're just figuring out what's going on. So we'll see you all in a very, very short. All right then. We are back. All right. So returning, you have a nice evening. You get some rest. You have one room basically to all of you, which isn't terrible. It's like it's
plenty of space.
It's a room where like who gets the bed? I'll ask that.
I'm gonna be
Ixbanor,
sleeping on the floor.
Just kidding.
The smallest person.
Probably Talas, I would guess.
Yeah.
I would offer it either to Talas or God, what's her name? Talk. Thank you.
Talk would be fine either way. You know, they've gotten used to the entire like not being comfortable after like, you know, all that time in a squeezed vessel for a while. This is automatically.
Well, it's also they're the only female in the party, so it's like,
yeah.
If you want the bed, I'm not going to argue.
Off of the bed then. too. So Doc takes the bed, and Talas just like maybe find a nice chair to sit in or something like there, and everybody else sets up some bedrolls or stuff,
Yeah,
but you'll
I
have a
got my
fine
bedroll.
evening. Again, so much more comfortable than your time in the vessel.
Here's a question real quick.
Mhm.
Since we had some time to kill, did Talas want to try to get some basic stuff?
Oh, supplies.
Oh, from like the shop.
Yeah. Since he lost all of his.
Oh, yeah.
He could probably go out and do that if you suggested to him.
Yeah, I would, because it's just
Sure.
like, hey, it might be a chance to get a couple things before, if need be.
You'll find like there's a shop that has some general goods nearby, though a lot of it technically
It's gonna be
is expensive or sold out or stuff too. There's still enough supplies to get some like basic backpacks and stuff like that. Some simple things.
That's what I was thinking, was like, at least you could have a basic backpack kind of stuff let back, and like maybe a bedroll.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, he can get together a little bit of something there, put himself a little bit better of his shape. That he's got some basic goods, certainly speaking. Backpack, torches, some flint steel, rope, a few rations or something. He probably has there too. He's like, look, because again, like rations is like, yeah, it's a food supply, but it's like, you don't want to be living off of that at this point in time. It's kind of, we haven't reached the point in time where people are worried about that. So he's like,
Yeah.
stuff there different.
Food's not that hard to come by yet.
Yes. Anyway, as you kind of get yourselves together and have some like easy breakfast, which is some like a kind of lighter stew made with like some milk and some bread on the side, and it's kind of got some like some cured meats in there too, kind of making it like a kind of like sweet. It's like a sweeter milk, so it's like a sweet and salty kind of like kind of stew to begin with. That's like it also has like a hard boiled egg in each of them that they kind of like ladle into it. So and some like kind of like very breads with some like preserved like fruit jam or something you can have kind of with that, along with they don't necessarily have like a coffee, but it's like a strong tea that they have here too, that they'll offer you from a local plant.
I'm also, just because I have it, I'm going to also switch from my normal gear to my fine clothing.
Okay. Yeah, you look very nice.
Before we have our meeting.
Certainly when you come down looking like that, or you're going to do that before the meeting, though,
Before the meeting, yeah. Not coming down to eat breakfast, but before the meeting, I'm going to, after cleaning up, I'm going to switch over to the fine clothing to at least to meet with the Duke. I figured that probably would be better.
Eventually, Private Melgan will kind of come in looking for you. As much as it was busy yesterday, certainly speaking, it takes a little while to get things busy here in the morning too, but it does feel busy still also in this place. Probably like some guards from like the evening shift coming off and like getting like some food and a drink before they go to bed and stuff too. A couple of people that returned from scouting, kind of checking in here, getting some stuff, just to kind of get their supplies back. Others that are like getting a nice meal before they leave. A couple of people that seem to be again locals that are here. The half orc who's at the end of the bar is yet again back at the end of the bar. You're not even sure he left. He was there when you left to go to bed. He's back already, at the very least. He's like, did he even leave the bar ever? He's just sitting there milking a drink, as he does like he was doing for the entire time you were here last time. He's back at it.
Damn. Wonder if that guy's okay.
Fortitude check.
100 proof.
Anyway, but yeah, the private will come and be like, morning to you all. So I've been told to come and get you. Duke's ready to meet with you. A little bit of an early morning in here. Sorry that it's a little rushed here, too, but there's a lot of stuff to get done today, you know, as they say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Understood. If I could just have one moment to change into nicer attire to meet the Duke.
Sure.
Does he
I'll
care at all?
go.
The
just
private will
figured-
kind of like shrug his shoulders, like he doesn't really know.
That's fair. I guess it's unreasonable for him to.
I
know.
just figured, I have it.
Yeah, might as
Why,
well.
might as well, look nice for the Duke.
Yeah, no, that's completely reasonable. Calder does not care.
I'll switch to my fine clothing as well.
Calder is a dirty, stinky bastard.
He'll be
Well,
like,
I offer you soap at least to.
I mean, he's gonna
Wash
clean
up in the
himself, of
void.
course, but he's not changing out of his
Yeah.
armor and long coat.
Okay.
He's afraid of getting shot when he's not looking.
Mhm. They always like primming themselves up.
Yeah, to an unreasonable degree.
Mine's
I
been
don't get
the
it.
commander a
Second
little
time
bit.
I've ever worn this.
That's 2 times too much.
Reminds me of the commander more than the duke. He always likes to make sure things are spit and shined and stuff like that.
I'll never understand it.
Mm. I think it's a military thing or something like that. Still,
I guess that makes sense.
he's a good man, Malik. He probably put in a good word with you with the Duke. He's pretty reasonable too. Has been a little too busy lately, but back when I first started the working here in the city in the guard, he'd show up at least once a month to come train with the lot of us. I think he wanted to keep up his sword skills and such.
Good man.
Yeah. Always been a great leader here. I'm sure whatever problems you got, he can help you out.
And I hope so. I hope so.
You'll all come down, kind of spiffed up, and the private Melgan will lead you in towards the Duke's Manor. You'll be head by, of course, the fountain, which you kind of Ixbanor you kind of had seen in this fountain, but you can kind of see that it seems to be this man in a heroic pose over the body of what looks to be a number of orcs, kind of outstretched with his one arm with a sword in it, with an actual, like a powerful, like an eagle perched on his shoulder. There's a little plaque there that you can quickly get a sight of that says Belvis Eglwin and Razorwing, the hero who slayed the Orc Lord Bloodborne and brought this land under the control of man.
That's a nice statue.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you will head for the manor. The main entryway to the manor is a place filled with all kinds of tapestries that used to be marking various things. Each one seemed to be kind of telling various stories, perhaps of members of the Duke's family. You can see that there are soldiers here moving in and out of the manor as the kind of main doors are open, as it seems as though there are business and kind of going on throughout this area. This kind of entrance hall leads through doors into the massive throne room beyond you, where you can kind of see this room here, unlike this entrance one, is fairly simple in its decorations. There are colonnade marked with the symbols of the Duke and the Eglwin family, but other than that, there are no massive banners or statues or trophies in this room, simply speaking. The main entranceway seemed to mark maybe perhaps trophies of the family, of the Duke's family, while this here itself is just seemingly dedicated to the Duke himself, and it seems very simple. He sits upon this throne that you can see, and yes, it's a very nice throne, but it's wooden. It's not decorated in gold or jewels. It's just a fine wooden throne, something very well carved and stuff there with some padding on it, for a man that probably spends a good chunk of his time there too. As I previously described him, kind of a middle-aged man, scruff beard, graying hair, these kind of like reddish, deep red colors to the kind of clothes he wears, and a sword kind of leaning nearby to his throat. he'll kind of like look around. As you will see, there are two other familiar individuals that are in here, and a fourth man. One, of course, is Prince Losrin, who's looking around and kind of distracted. He seems like he sort of cares like he's here, but he's not even looking at there. He's just kind of like a little bit of aloof. And then you can see Doric. Doric now dressed in stuff that looks very different than what he was wearing before. Gone are any kind of signs of his religious training, and now he's wearing this kind of suit of dwarven armor that seems a lot more traditional and stuff, and marked probably with his family insignia of the Rockhammers. Looks much more official at this point in time. The other man, which seems he's standing nearby to the Duke, is this very old man, pure white hair, this long beard that actually goes all the way down to his knees, bushy eyebrows, these sideburns that kind of like don't quite connect up with his beard kind of strangely. They're like connected a little bit. He's kind of got these small spectacles on his nose, a robe that has some patches on it, and you kind of see like up on his shoulder is this kind of calico cat that's kind of sitting there, almost kind of looking from there.
Does he look like a wizard, would you say?
I would say most definitely.
To Doric, I just like nod my head like, sup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of give him a nod too. Like,
he'll give like a nod back.
hey.
Last time we met, we left you in prison.
Yeah.
You should blame Ixbanor. Actually, it was kind of his fault.
Mm-hmm. So, travelers, I heard tales that you have some form of magic item that you were gaining under the call of Prince Losrin. I was speaking with the prince here about you, and though the Thane seemed to know more about this, strangely, than the prince himself, at least it seems there is some connection to it. Prince Losrin will kind of look up and be like, I may have seen them before and tasked them with something. I do not recall.
It was a lie. I throw a bomb at. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't want to die.
He'll kind of like look you and be like, they are at very least seemingly competent for them.
Man, you're really good at making unlikable characters. I hate Losrin so much. I hate this man.
Well, we did work closely with Thane Rockhammer here.
Nice guy.
When we didn't immediately, we didn't know that he was the new Thane yet, so we didn't realize he would have been an authority to report to.
This one's better. There you go. Fortunately, the passing of my older brother was more recent. He fell along with the king.
Like,
sure we can get you. Yes. Seems like our warnings at least was able to get a group out. While the king was, well, skeptical at everything, we were able to, with Jonas's help and a few others, manage to at least organize a small percentage of it. Some of the people that had originally come with you came along too, but most of them headed south. I don't know what's happened to them, if they've survived or not. They were sent south by the nobles.
How many people came here?
A few thousand at most we got back. Unfortunately, we were harried by the Dread Army the entire way. Lost a lot of good people. It wasn't for the battle at Bell Bridge. We lost everybody. My brother and King Sentry gave their lives. It's been difficult adapting to Thanehood, but fortunately, the Duke's been very kind in helping me out and getting adapted. Well, it does seem as though you have some merit to the words. So you say you found some kind of artifact that might be able to help us magically. Arcadius. Perhaps you can look it over and see if what they say is true. I wouldn't want to use any dangerous magic.
I think the dangerous stuff blew up already.
We said The guard extrapolated a little bit based on what we said. We said we had a something that could save the city, not protect it.
This is sounding incredibly dangerous and insane.
Well,
Yeah.
desperate times call for desperate measures, as they say.
It's been like that for a while. Well, yeah.
Look,
I believe we can.
he's gonna put up his hands. You're already turning me away from this. I have enough to deal with the forces coming in here, and you're talking about activating some magic item that could save us somehow, that you don't even have a way of describing what it does.
I mean,
We can. We believe we can.
before we continue, let me and I pull out
Just remember, be careful about touching it.
I mean,
You did know it would be
No.
difficult to take it out.
yes, but I mean, trying to think about what I even have. I guess telekinetic hand is about all I have, so it'll start floating out.
Oh, so you're gonna pull it out with telekinetic hand out of it. This like the glowing sphere of pure energy. Which yes. Okay. Duke,
This,
keep it away! It is a dangerous artifact they have brought in here! Its magic is overpowering! With it we could all be destroyed!
Calm down. It's not that deep.
it's
He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong, but, he's loud and whiny. He's a nerd, basically.
The old
Calder
man
doesn't
is
like nerds.
terrified of what you brought out.
yeah. This is the wizard is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like the guards have pulled their weapons on you because you pulled out like an incredibly powerful like artifact in front of everybody that's glowing with power.
It's like pulling out like a plutonium rod in front of your governor. It's
Yeah,
like, hey,
Or,
man, check
hey,
this out.
we have
This
a
looks
nuclear
cool.
bomb.
Yeah, it's basically what you
I'm
did is
going
like,
to-
look, I have a
I am-
nuclear bomb.
Like,
Look,
wow, is that the governor
the
of
whole
California?
point-
Check out
okay.
this warhead I found.
I want to make a point. I'd pull it out and then put it back away. The whole idea is just to show what we have.
There will be panic still. There's like very big panic at this entire thing here.
Everyone, calm down. I want to try and.
Okay, go ahead. You want to make a check to try to calm
Oh.
everybody down?
Diplomacy?
Mm-hmm. Of course, I like give a thumbs up, and as I take a drink, and you can't see the thumbs up, you know.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Would my cloak of repute apply?
What does the cloak of repute do exactly? When does it apply?
It's a +1 when making impressions.
You know what? I'll say sure.
Woo.
That was a mighty and powerful roll.
1 second.
Uh-huh.
There
That's a
we go.
lot better. Perhaps they have a plan for such things, but bringing it here to the castle is quite dangerous. Artifacts of that caliber.
Well,
it's unstable
I
at most. Did you feel the magic power emanating from it? It was as if the great fire itself was upon all of us. My magic could only protect for so much.
It is a divine artifact from ancient times.
Fascinating. So you say you found this artifact.
And how to use it.
All right, then. You planning on using as some kind of weapon upon our enemy, or protective thing?
the goal is to relocate this castle to a safe location. This whole city.
You've now lost everybody. Everybody in the room looks at you as if you're talking mad.
In our search for this artifact, we...
Perhaps they do not understand what you are saying, nor they might not. Forgiveness. Perhaps I can help in this one. I am Tuck. I am a being from the ancient city that they came from, where they discovered the artifact. They believe that perhaps activating it could allow for some assistance from the worlds beyond. That may be able to help save you all from your threat. Would that be a better way of summarizing what it is?
That is an adequate way of putting it.
I can help them do that. Though I am not as skilled at using it as my compatriots are. They helped to, well, resurrect me, and I can assist them as best they can.
I understand this all sounds like a big gamble, but in our search for this, we have... Well, in our search... in our search for this, the Dreadlord himself attempted to stop us.
So obviously, whatever you'd call upon, whether it would assist us in some kind of way that is more than what the Dreadlord would like. All right. This seems dangerous. I'm hesitant to allow the use of it at this point in time. It seems as though that there's an inherent danger to everything you're going. Certainly speaking, maybe we could still hold out against the enemy. Perhaps.
The issue is...
I'm sorry, I did the wrong one here.
Mm-hmm.
The doors burst open behind you as a man comes rushing in, one of the soldiers. To arms! The dread army approaches! A number of scouts came back. The only ones that I think will come back. Seems like the rest were killed.
Well,
We need to attempt this now if we're going to succeed.
The Duke will kind of hold up his hands. Soldiers, to action! Bane Rockhammer, gain your forces. Try to maintain peace. Quallen Gavin. Hades, I'll need your magical assistance.
We need
Orson,
to access...
Do something. You, what do you need? Just let me know what you need right now. I don't have time to deal with it.
We need to access the ruins underneath the city.
Ruins? I don't know any ruins. At most, there's the dungeon? Maybe the crypts?
We need to get to the lowest point of the castle.
Then, fine. If you need to use the dungeon, then the dungeon would be yours to use. I'm sure whatever you need down there, try to contact your assistants for us. Are there any materials you'll need?
We have all the materials we need, I think. GM, we have all the materials we need, right?
Probably?
That we know of, at least.
That you know of, basically.
Then I will confidently say, we have all the materials we need.
Mm-hmm.
Being confident right now is important.
How long do you think it will take?
That depends on if there's anything that gets on our way. But at most, a day.
All right. Prepare your ritual for whatever it needs. Mercedes, if you can assist them at all, please do. My friend. We must prepare. If there seems signs of danger beyond what we can handle, then I would ask that you try it at very least. But please, hold off if you can. I understand you're worried that you journeyed for this device, found your success here. But I worry at such a great power. Even if I'm not magical, I felt it when you pulled it forth. That is dangerous. They'll kind of dismiss you. The old wizard will kind of like shake his head. Youth! So, you found a powerful artifact and plan to invoke it. Fine. Is there anything you need from me to help you out, other than perhaps assisting with your magical ritual?
Assistance would be most welcome. We can walk you through the ritual. We can discuss this on the way.
Do you have any, like, really valuable artifacts that you wouldn't mind parting with?
Sources of magical power? Not off the top of my head. I have a few items which might have some magic to them that could be perhaps used.
I'm just gonna look at you like, where are you going with this? It's not the time for profit.
All right, fine. You know, it's worth a shot. Don't worry about it.
If we need to check for something, we could see if I have something within my tower.
No, it's just a personal thing.
Ah.
You fucked this up for me, Umbrin.
Well, I wasn't saying that out loud. I was just giving you the look of, dude, not now.
No, I was definitely gonna try and scam this guy, but you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's the possible end of the world. Maybe trying to acquire something that's not necessary isn't really a good idea right now.
No, I know. I know that.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea to Calder, though.
It is a very good idea to Calder.
That's why I know you know, but that's why I'm giving Calder the look of like, dude, not the time.
You know, you can't fault the guy for trying. I mean, you can, but
What was the Grand Wizard's name? Did we even get it?
I don't think we did.
You did.
Did we?
He was called Mercedes. Mercedes.
Oh, Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah. He did say that. Like, I knew he said the name, but I just didn't write it down.
I might have not.
As we're walking, I will explain the ritual to Mercedes.
So you were trying to invoke divine power through a divine relic of ancient days. Fascinating.
Yes.
What do you think, Tinderboots? As you'll notice that, like, the Calico Cat has these kind of, like, all the cat's feet are brown.
As long as it's not a fire cat that we almost ran into before.
Yes, that seems interesting. Look, I can take you down here to the lower entries, to the dungeon. You can see if we can set is there something, an area for you that would be useful. We will take you down to the dungeon. That's the one I want for my information in my notes. Sometimes you just gotta go through your notes and see where it's at, as things are getting a little crazy. Well, he'll take you down into the dungeon, which seems to be go past this small guard room into an area filled with a number of cells. And you'd be like, down here is the lowest if you're looking for a large area. We could try to find one that seems to be open. Let's see here. There's an old room over here that perhaps you could use. It hasn't been in use for some time, but, well, you'll understand when we get there. He'll lead you into this kind of room that it's stacked full of crates and boxes and all kinds of stuff. But also you can see that there's some objects in here that look a very little bit like, you know, torture, interrogation kind of stuff in here.
Okay, so I'm curious. There is supposed to be something ruins underneath the castle, right? I'm not wrong about that.
You were told that they were there, but it doesn't.
We need to at least access the lowest point.
But it was also mentioned by the thing that he did not know if it would be accessible.
Okay.
It's basically like he senses ruins beneath this place, but just because there's ruins beneath this place doesn't mean it's connected to this place.
Okay.
They may have not dug deep enough.
Got it.
But yeah, so this is once a torture/interrogation room that's now storage. Yep. We could clear a space in the middle of this for you, I'm sure. You there, big guy, get to work. And move those over there. I'm sure you can stack it up there. That's a great place to put it. He's directing Talas to move some things around and clear it out.
Okay.
The hell?
Right. So, what is your plan now? Have a spot being cleared out.
Well, we need the artifact out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'll pull out the artifact and the 2 relics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the 2 relics.
Are you going to commit to the ritual right away? What are you doing taking time?
I mean, we definitely should take the time to make sure it's done right, but,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and thoroughly, walk through what we want Mercedes to do with us. To make sure, if he's helping with the ritual, then
Unfortunately, I can help a little bit, but I can't directly assist you with your ritual. Most likely, my magic will be needed to at least open some kind of salvo. Though I'm not an expert in attack spells, I do know a few that may be able to assist with an enemy army. I am, after all, a powerful spellcaster. I once studied at the great Eglwin College in my youth, before it unfortunately burned down.
So you probably knew my former master, Halifax.
Oh, the Grand Wizard Halifax? Of course! Why, I was one of his students. Plenty of other students, too. I was not a direct apprentice to him, mind you, but I took many of his classes as I studied there. I had left some years ago, even before things fell. I wanted to find my family in this region of the world. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help out in that time, but he looks like he's very emotional about this entire thing. Which would great.
Yeah.
The people of the city there and the Elven lands were a family to me, and I am very sad that I was unable to be there for them. When I heard tales of it, it filled me with sadness. Catharian was my home as a youth.
Yes, I know. I know how it feels. Well,
I will see if you need anything to prepare for your ritual. Please, that object, it scares me yet, but, it does seem as though you are a good source to put trust in, at very least to this. So perhaps you'll be able to figure things out with it.
We have done all the research that we can. We believe we can do this. It's
Then
not
I
going
will-
to be easy,
Then,
but
set up what you can. I must prepare my spells and magics. If the army approaches, we'll have to find out if they're planning a siege or an attack. I hope it would be the earlier one. Give us some time to react. But, Who knows? He's going to head off then. Leave you into the basement here.
I was actually debating about offering my Staff of Earth Greater to him to see if it might be any of use to him for...
He will leave behind Tinderboots. Tinderboots, he'll be like, Tinderboots, if they need anything, just contact me through Tinderboots. Meow.
Okay. Thank you.
Tinderboots is eyeing up Ixbanor.
Ixbanor's friend, not food.
Well.
Fellow predator.
Hello, Predator.
Meow. Anyway. So. You will take your time to prepare what you need, what you think you need for the ritual. It takes a little bit of time to set things up correctly. You kind of take the time to kind of like circle out the area. Kind of like you had an area where you kind of got into like a circle to concentrate your powers before. You're kind of like recreating that, kind of like, you know, chalking out like a, almost like a magic circle, but not with like runes and stuff necessarily on top of it. And kind of prepare an area for like holding on to the artifact at the center of all this. Probably finding like a barrel or something and like setting it up to like put this like and like putting something on top of the barrel to hold this and not burn it because it is a giant sun orb and like or like a big sun orb and like put down like the like he
We'll
because
put
this
the
thing
cauldron. We'll put the cauldron on top of the barrel.
yeah. And put this on there because the orb is decent size, but I kind of described it kind of like bowling ball-ish, kind of like, you know, so it's like it's not massive, but it is concentrated divine energy in a ball form, you know. It's still pretty big, handheld, but also like, you know, emanating mass amounts of energy. So you're kind of setting up everything for like you. And are you going to put it out now or kind of wait until when you're going to do the ritual?
Probably wait until closer to the ritual, just because it seems to freak people out.
I mean, like...
Also emanates a lot of power, which that might be detectable.
You guys also went to a place filled with a ridiculous amount of magic and stayed there for, like, a week. You probably got used to a lot of the insanity there, you know, over that
No,
time.
I actually kind of figured that was the whole thing. It's like, you know what? This probably does emanate waves of oppressing power.
You were just in Magic City, where there was a lot of magic all over the place. You got used to it before you picked it up.
Well, I guess we set up.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't take you too long to have everything set up and be pretty much ready at this point in time. Maybe like an hour and a half of like doing a lot of things, making sure everything is in the right position and the perfect position for it. So now you kind of are in an area where it looks good. As you're kind of setting up this though, everybody can give me perception checks.
Aye.
Didn't mean to make that private.
Yes. But it is the same as Umbrin's, so it is good. I'll just do that. And someone will roll for Talas. He might notice something. Cool. Wow. So, Calder, Umbrin, and Talas. All three of you will notice there's something strange. As you're kind of setting up, you'll begin to feel something that feels like a rhythmic vibration that seems to be going through this entire area.
I'm gonna put my ear to the ground. Can I try and determine where it's coming from?
The entire structure seems to be having this. Like the entire building gets this kind of rhythmic vibration that kind of goes through it.
And it's continuous. It's not like a boom and a shutter.
It's like it's not a constant. It's like, it's very, like, as I said, it's rhythmic. It's boom, kind of vibrate, 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 vibrate.
Something might be going on outside.
Be outside. It could be from underneath. We know there's old ruins that had power.
Yeah, but it's a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially with...
Well, now that we have everything aligned,
Is
this
there
thing
a
does put out.
Is there a spot that's like got open ground beneath it, like a loose tile or something?
I can make one. No, I'm kidding.
Nothing that you can notice.
I could make one technically.
Nothing.
My
that's
thought is like,
obvious.
do we want to try and get lower? In theory, there are ruins beneath here.
In theory.
I mean, I take it. Is it a stone floor?
Yes, it's all hewn stone. This entire area here.
So we'd have to get up stones to go
If you want to go
deeper,
deeper.
unless there, unless there's like one of the walls or something leads to.
Whether if that's the case, you would not know which one to break down. Honestly,
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
outer walls to this area, certainly speaking, that would be checkable, but like determining which would like have something behind it or not is probably not impossible, but difficult. I'll say.
Yeah.
I was thinking about detect magic, but with this stuff, it's probably going to be.
Well, you can
Too
choose to ignore
flooded.
sources of magic you're already aware of.
Yeah, true. I'll cast detect magic, see if I sense anything else other than the stuff we have set up and what we're wearing,
Sure. Let me see if.
and I'll walk around.
Yeah, kind of scout out the area.
You already clicked it.
Yeah.
Let me check something. Let me see if there might be. There's no.
I only have.
There
can't
is an
It's only-
area of magic that you will detect then.
Ooh. Okay, where's it coming from?
There will be a wall. Basically, as you're kind of looking around, you'll check as much as you can, and it feels like the cells here are simple, like iron bar cells for the outer area of them. It seems as though behind one of the sets of iron bars, the wall back there is emanating some kind of magic.
We'll let everyone know there's magic behind the wall of this cell.
You want me to smash it?
Well, first we need to get into the cell. Is it locked or unlocked?
It's locked.
Alright.
You did pass through a guard room to get in here, where there currently actually wasn't any guards. Just no one in the dungeon, so they didn't put it down here.
I'll run back in there and see if there are keys anywhere.
There are indeed a set of keys, so you can open the doors here.
I'm
I
guessing
never
it's
have any
a
fun.
stone wall, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so my staff's not going to be useful.
Can your
this
staff not use moldstone earth or whatever?
No, it has expeditious excavation.
Oh, does that not work on walls? Is it only like loose ground?
You remove loose dirt, dust, gravel, sand.
Oh, I see.
I'll tell you, Ixbanor, you were able to notice the rhythmic thumping when you got into the guard room.
Uh-huh.
You're-
Oh,
You can detect magic back there if you want.
I do that as well. I detect magic there as well.
There's no magic there. Just the same
could just
rhythmic thumping.
I mean, I could just start wailing on the wall. It's gotta
I
give
just-
eventually.
I think the thumping is just the,
They might be bombarding the city.
yeah.
Maybe. Should we continue with the ritual, or do you want me to try and
Let's see
smash?
if we can get down this wall. This might lead us deeper. The deeper we go, the better it's gonna be.
Sounds good to
Yeah.
me. I'll
Yep. Alright.
I'm gonna take my hammer and just start smashing the wall.
It'll take a little while, but you will be able to break down the wall, and beyond it is another small chamber. Within this chamber, at the back end of it, is a massive iron door with 3 massive iron bars across it, each locked with some kind of keyhole in them. Something is
Not
sealed
going to
here,
have
and the door
keys.
itself is also magical.
Hmm.
That'd be difficult to break down, but I could try it.
We can try it together.
Might take some time, too.
That's true.
Well, doesn't someone have lockpicks? We try to.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'll reach into my boots and take out my lockpicks.
Sure.
Well, you have them, and I think also Ixbanor does too.
Yeah, I do too. I could do it if it fails. But
True. Well, am I the only one trained in thievery?
no, I'm trained too.
Ah, you are. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I will
Alright.
give you guidance on the first one.
If Ixbanor wants to try and aid me, that'd be nice as well. Because
yeah,
that's
I
a
can-
circumstance and it stacks with guidance.
Yeah, I'll aid you.
Okay. Unfortunately, it will not unlock.
Well, that's the aid.
That's an
Oh.
aid check
Sorry.
to add a
I'm sorry. I
Uh,
thought I forgot that
yeah.
like you had to roll the aid check.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a +1 because I'm only trained. But
Yeah.
So you
Well,
get
it
+2
depends.
to this.
Yeah, if
plus
that's
2.
if that's a critical success, it's a +2 circumstance bonus.
Well, it's not.
yeah, that's critical. No, it is because
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Standard
the,
DC
the-
is 15.
The standard DC
Oh,
for aiding
okay.
is 15. It's not that much. So you
So
you
3 then.
no, yeah, so +3
You
total.
get +3 total, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh.
If that is not good enough, hero point activate.
It's not good enough. Still not good enough, unfortunately.
My hero point has failed me.
Unfortunately, it seems as though the lock is incredibly complex itself, and I'll just give it to you. It seems as though perhaps there's a level of magic enchanting the thing that helps also keep it sealed.
Yeah,
Seems as though someone
well,
really wanted this closed.
this is no normal lock. We got 2 options. You can either use magic, or tell us that I can break it. Either way, we're getting in here.
The vibrations are now noticeable by everyone
I-
where you're at.
Can I tell if this is meant to keep something out or keep something in?
Keep something in. It's sealed on the side you're on.
Yeah. Well, then, do we want to go in here? Is it so? The thumping is okay. Actually, here's another question: is the thumping coming from the door?
No.
Okay.
I mean, is it a good idea? Probably not. Am I
But
curious? Very
Getting
much.
to the lowest part would make it better, is the thing.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen realistically?
But we're also eating up time.
Giant monster. We kill it.
Break it down.
Hell yeah. I'll take my hammer.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
Talas.
assist too. I have a striking mace.
Oh hell yeah. So it can be all 3 of us.
Okay. So you start wailing on the door. Certainly banging at it, which will kind of like add this kind of rhythmic thumping to the entire thing as you're sensing like, you know, there is like that as you're kind of hitting at it and trying to like work on it and certainly like beginning to do some damage to it, you will notice that I'm going to tell you this is definitely something that was sealed for a reason. Its material is not, it seemed iron at first, but it's harder than iron. It is heavy, it is difficult. It's not like you're not damaging it, but it's taking a lot of time to you. But as you're kind of hitting at it, as everybody's standing back, Talk will say something. The humming has stopped.
Don't know if that's good or bad.
It's interesting, as now the place is not vibrating anymore.
Okay. I could take a look on the inside.
Would that be safe?
No.
Could you get back out?
Yes. Well, maybe. It depends on if it blocks teleportation only one way.
I mean, what's the likelihood?
Moderate. It seems to be designed to keep something out, or to keep something in. It's possible.
Yeah.
That's fair. Hmm.
Does seem like that is the point of it, but nonetheless, there may be something to it. Up to you on that one.
Can Shadow teleport? Or can you manifest Shadow
Shadow
in like a different space?
Shadow can't teleport.
Oh, gotcha. And then I mean, could you like make him appear somewhere else? Like if you choose where he like apparates, could you choose? Because I don't know how the spirits
It comes
and everything
out
works.
of his. Well, his special thing comes out of his tattoo, so it's not like it appears.
I
Yeah.
see. Oh, okay. I'm okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It would be a big risk.
And the only other thing I have that could help us is I could cast Curse of Lost Time on.
What was the cat's name again?
Tinderboots.
Tinderboots.
Tinderboots is looking nervous.
We could teleport the cat inside.
No. Tinderboots does Mercedes? No, not Mercedes.
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 Does Paul Atreides? No, I'm kidding.
It's Mercedes-Benz.
Know about this door, or know where the keys are to this door?
Meow. He'll kind of like meow its head and shake it a little bit. Meow, 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 meow.
I have another idea. Actually, I'll cast that not at level 2, but at level how? Do it at level 5.
So what are you doing? Let me just see your sign.
Dispel magic the door.
Okay.
Oh
No.
I already used my reroll.
You'll attempt to dispel the door, and it will have no effect on it.
that sucks.
Now, is
Yeah, I
this
mean,
the thing where
The only thing I could try to do would be, like I said, the Curse of Lost Time to try to age it, but I don't think that's going to do a hell of a lot.
how about hey, we could dig around it.
You'll hear some noise coming down below you as someone will come running in. Excuse me! We need your help at the walls! Unless you're going to do whatever the hell you're going to do! The Dread Army approaches!
Okay, yeah, we should probably do the ritual. I think this is a waste of time.
I was told to see if I could grab you. Mercedes is about to go and unleash his great spells before they start their march on us. Perhaps you have some magic to assist us. It was to ask.
Busy.
What do I tell them?
We're about to start our ritual.
Just hold off a bit longer.
We'll see what we can do. This guy is like just some random guard that was sent down here.
Yeah.
He seems honestly horrifically confused and panicking, you know. So he's just gonna go back and run back upstairs.
And
All
I'll
right,
ask the guard. Are there keys to this door?
What? There's a door? What the hell is that?
They're not going to know about this.
He's gonna like see that you like broke a wall open. He's like, "There's a door there? When was there a door there?"
Never mind. Just go and help.
Okay. All right. Why don't we pause there though? As you've tried to play around with some things there.
Out of character, I have so many mixed signals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this was actually something or if you just threw something to confuse us.
So, I'm going to say it wasn't meant to be something, and I was trying to hint you at that.
Okay.
Why do you even throw it in there?
It was funny.
I threw it in there because it was something that was in here. Because I'm using
like,
a pre-made thing.
before,
It was a
but we
pre-made
were
thing
never-
I
we were
made,
never here in time
but you
for
were
it to be a
you were not here in time to do something with it. Is basically what I'm saying.
Ah,
This is the thing. Like, if you had done stuff differently, you might have had more time to explore this and be the people that would have accessed this instead. This is something that was also, remember, this is a place that I've had in a previous kind of thing, and I've got the kind of design for it. This is a thing that was in that adventure from before, and there is like stuff I have beyond it, and I know how it's like sealed and stuff like that too. It wasn't
Right.
impossible for you to get through it though, but the problem is like
Time.
time. That's the kind of
Yeah.
thing that I'm kind of like saying is like,
Yep.
it's not
Okay.
like it was impossible for you to get through it, but it would take a long time. Like, honestly, just things like dispelling or picking locks were possible. They weren't
We
impossible
just
for
rolled
you.
bad.
You just rolled bad. The dispelling was probably the better idea than the picking lock, because the picking lock, it's a very powerful lock with like a magical locking spell on it, and also the door is magically reinforced. So like either of those things, dispelling those, great. But sorry, I'm changing the music there. But again, like you just didn't roll well. So
Yeah.
that's kind
Like,
of
it's a thing that existed in the world.
Yeah.
But we weren't here in, like...
I
you know, we
was
don't have the
ready
time to
if you
reasonably
had
go
succeeded to go through there to go into something. I was ready with that stuff. You just didn't roll well enough. So sort of like, I did speed things a little bit along because you didn't roll well enough, basically, to like, put us to like the thing where it's sort of like, yeah, you failed the rolls, you're not gonna have enough time. So we're at that point in time. So it would have been interesting if you had gotten there. I actually would have liked if you teleported there. Not gonna lie, that would have been fun. That would have been an interesting thing. But it would have
Probably horrible because he would be by himself.
it
Like a
would have been
30-foot tall
interesting.
demon.
It would have been
Eat
interesting.
Ixbanor.
Not gonna lie. It was, again, this is like one of those unfortunate things since it's sort of like connecting up with another adventure. It kind of has a little bit of hiccups of trying to connect them together perfectly, and it has a little things like this that could be a little bit like harder to do, which I'm trying to do in a reasonable, interesting manner. There you go.
Look, we can fight whatever weird, crazy monster is when you finally run the madness one.
It's technically a mini dungeon.
So we do... Yeah, we would not have
It's a
time
good
for
thing
that.
that we didn't do it
Yes.
then, because we don't really need to do a mini dungeon.
Technically, it's not the ruins you're thinking about, that you heard about. It's a different set of ruins that were directly related to this area a lot more. There's multiple ruins, technically. Turns out a lot of people like building in this area. There's something magical about this place. Maybe it's a place where a bunch of ley lines come together or something, that a bunch of people built stuff here. I don't know. I never came up with a good excuse as to why there was like multiple sets of dungeons. Look, it's me from years ago designing a lot of crap. Sometimes, if I actually run Madness, some of this might go away. Some of this might not go to the players. I don't know. I'll have to decide. But I wasn't doing that right now. But I would have used it, and it would have been fun. It would have been interesting, but no, failed rules. Anyway, I'll turn it over to players for shoutouts. Do we got any shoutouts here?
Nah, I'm good.
Wyrm, I guess you got your
yeah.
shout out.
I'm Diamond Wyrm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWyrm or @DiamondWyrm on Twitter, Blue Sky, and YouTube. My next stream will be
We'll wait for that, but
Friday, same time as this other fool.
yeah, we're gonna be doing some kind of gaming. Did we just? I guess Windblown,
Probably
maybe?
Windblown.
But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for some tabletops, gaming. I'll be back on Friday for some more things. I think we should probably be the finale next time. I'm not gonna lie, if you had gotten in there, would have been an extra session, definitely, probably. But
Cool.
I mean, like, I'll also tell you it probably wasn't required, but it'd be fun and weird.
Okay.
But it would have been fun and weird, and I would have definitely liked doing it. Not gonna lie on that one. So anyway, bye for now, farewell. I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember. Check out all my links and stuff like that. Hi.